What's going on, guys? In the works, and today we're going to be talking about this new trailer that you see in front of you and some of the weapons. Now, you're probably like, oh man, a trailer breakdown, how lame. No. I'm only playing the trailer so you guys know what I'm talking about throughout this video, and then once we get into the meat of it, we'll be watching some actual Battlefield 3 footage. But I figured it'd be nice to throw this up here and let you guys see what I'm actually talking about. Ooh, look at those collaterals. I wish I was that good. But yeah, I was going to do a video today talking a little bit about some of the new weapons coming out in the game, my thoughts on them, and why did that SCAR have a shotgun sight. I don't know if you guys noticed it. Go back and watch that. The SCAR had a shotgun sight. But anyways, I was planning to do a video today talking about some of my thoughts on the weapons, what I was going to kind of speculate on, what classes they were going to be on. Because one of my subs on Facebook actually sent me a link to some images that are supposedly you know, the in-game images of the weapons and like their stats and stuff, and it led me to start thinking about, hey, what are we going to see these weapons on? Because you know, a lot of these weapons we're not really sure if they're going to be engineer weapons, are they going to be all-purpose weapons, or are they going to be assault weapons? So we'll talk a little bit about that throughout this video. But obviously that trailer had a ton of info in it, and you probably didn't catch all of it. But luckily I've done some screenshots, and we'll talk about that as we go. But if you're interested in the actual gameplay you're seeing in front of you, this is just some G36 gameplay I grabbed. It's one of those frustrating games that you often get into where your team doesn't want to push, so that was one of the downsides of this game. But the G36 with flash suppressor and grip is a really deadly short range to about short to medium range. Once you get past medium range, it's really hard to be accurate just because the flash suppressor and foregrip really kind of reduce that cone of fire. So that's one of the downsides to it. But if you find yourself in a lot of close range engagements, this is definitely one of my favorite choices. But weapons wise, well, we've known about most of the weapons throughout, I would say, for the better part of a month. We've known like what is going to be in the game. There hasn't been a whole lot of surprises. This trailer in particular did reveal a couple things that I saw, and it did confirm to me what classes some of the weapons were going to be in. Now, in my opinion, obviously the ACR or ACWR, which they had to change the name, I think, for copyright reasons, that is going to be in the assault class, because it is obviously an assault rifle. It'd be ridiculous to see it in anything else. A lot of people had speculated that was going to be an engineered choice. Well, I think this all but confirmed it was definitely going to be an assault choice, because you can see one of the other guys in the trailer throw down Health, who has an ACR. So I don't know, that was kind of interesting. The weird thing about that, though, is the SCAR was actually a assault choice in the main trailer for Battlefield 3, and they ended up changing it to an engineer. But right here you can see one of the sniper rifles they revealed, which is the JNG90. Now, I had never heard of this sniper rifle. I literally had to go look it up, and it turns out it is actually a pretty recent sniper rifle. I think it started getting manufactured in like the early 2000s, and it is a Turkish sniper rifle, and I had never heard of it. And it is a bolt action, I believe, so it's going to be very similar to the the other bolt actions in the game, which means that I think that trailer, they were really trying to highlight aggressive style recon, saying, hey, you can still do it in close quarters. You don't have to use other weapons. And this map in particular, which is something oh, look at that Call of Duty swipe right there. But overall, I think the map they showcased, the Donya Fortress, or however it's going to be pronounced, really kind of highlighted what they're trying to encapsulate in this DLC, which I thought the map itself was the most interesting part of the trailer, because there was a lot of destruction in the map, but the map didn't seem like it was like unbearably close. So that was one of the cool things about it. But let's take a look at a screenshot here of the MTAR, which is, in my opinion, one of my more anticipated weapons. But it's pretty obvious that it's going to be an engineer choice, because in the images that I told you my sub sent me, I actually noticed that it did shoot the 5.45 round, and it was pretty obvious that it is shooting the smaller caliber round in this, because the MTAR can actually be chambered to shoot a couple different rounds. I think it's going to be shooting one of the lower caliber rounds though in the game, because if you notice in that trailer how like just unmanly it sounds, it just sounds really weak in my opinion. So definitely going to be an engineer choice. And here you can see another assault choice, which is going to be the AUG, and this is no surprise. The big surprise to me is that they actually decided to include the AUG A3. I mean, not really a big difference, but a nice little quirk, or a nice little detail to pay attention to, I guess I should say, about the trailer, because a lot of people had speculated that maybe they were going to put the AUG LMG version in the game. Who knows? The LMG or the AUG H bar which I think would have made a lot of people mad. But I think this all but confirms both the assault choices that are going to be in this this DLC. So that's pretty cool. I think the MTAR is definitely going to be an engineer weapon though, because it is, you know, chambered in the smaller round. Therefore, it's going to be, you know, obviously a engineer weapon, because they tend to have the carbines, however you want to say it. I'm not going to be a a stickler for that this video, but they tend to have these smaller rifles and stuff like that, these shorter barreled rifles such as the M4 and the like. But overall, it was a pretty cool trailer. It revealed a lot of cool details. I think one of the biggest things it did was debunk a lot of things. I think it debunked the fact that we are not going to get a SPAS that has two different firing modes. A lot of people were thinking, hey, maybe we're going to get a SPAS that has both semi-auto and, you know, the pump action and the semi-auto function or whatever of the weapon. But if they do that, it would have to be where they kind of included both sides of it, because I noticed in the trailer you don't have an option to change the fire rate. So overall, pretty cool trailer. If you're interested in watching again, just go back to the beginning of this video. Maybe you'll catch some things I didn't miss. If I didn't mention it, be sure to mention it in the comments, and I will see you guys later. Peace.